Sarah keepsake. We still have Stan's cage key. Alright then. Oh, the bears! Oh, the bears!
Okay, go with you.
Now we get our hands dirty. Yes. Behind you. Is too
That's
easy.
Overkill much. Just these 3 bears. Alright. I suppose they are the 3 bears who killed the little boy. Oh, the chanter is back here.
The path of righteousness is full of hardship, but the Maker smiles upon its travelers. And the stars stood still, the winds did quiet, and all animals of earth and air held their breath. All was silent in prayer and thanks.
Thanks. And we are done, kind of. So all these quests around here, especially the ones where you meet and talk with people, can be done in a different way. More or less. Oh, look. Oh, nice. The eternal sunset. So let's move on after we have given...
What's to be done?
Okay, they are not saying anything new. Always remember to stand still while people are talking. Alright, you.
I heard what you did with the other merchant. Got what he deserved. Any luck with that poison? Or you here to see my stock?
I have what you asked for.
Splendid. If those beasties come on my land, I hope it teaches them a lesson. Yeah, it's enough gold to cover any of your expenses and then some, hey?
Alright, I didn't do anything to that merchant anyway. I just washed my hands clean.
Because I still don't have food to sell.
Well, show me what you've got. Let's see if I can sell something. Yeah, I'm gonna sell this. Am I gonna give him this already? I'm gonna get rid of these. Critical chance, armor penetration. I need to check all their equipment. I need to check all of this much better. Fine by me.
Neighbour fled the city yesterday. Thinking of going myself.
Where to? They'll stop those darkspawn soon enough. Just you watch.
Alright, so we're ready to leave this area, I think. Whatever I've left behind, the quests and everything. It means that Mira doesn't really care. We leveled up a bit, we did a little bit of combat. Gained some experience, and now we're ready to leave. Let's go then. Yes.
Bad dreams, huh?
Why are you bothering me? I'm fine.
It's just that you were shouting in your sleep, loud, and not in a good, this is private way either. You see, part of being a Grey Warden is being able to hear the Darkspawn. That's what your dream was, hearing them. The Archdemon, it talks to the Horde. We feel it just as they do. That's why we know this is really a blight.
Well, isn't it nice? Why didn't Duncan just tell everyone that?
He did. He said he felt the Archdemon's presence. Everyone just assumed he was guessing.
No.
It takes a bit, but eventually you can block the dreams out. Some of the older Grey Wardens say they can understand the Archdemon a bit, but I sure can't. Anyhow, when I heard you thrashing around, I thought I should tell you. It was scary at first for me, too.
You could have told me earlier.
I know, I've just been so distracted with the, you know, massacre of all my friends and the war and all that. Sorry. Anyhow, you're up now, right? Let's pull up camp and get a move on.
You're so annoying. Alright, so right about now we should talk with Stan, but first we also have Sandal and Bodan here.
Ah, it's good to see you, my timely rescuer. Bodon Feddick at your service once again. Now, before you say anything, I do recall that your business is private. But I saw your camp and couldn't help but stop. Is there anywhere safer to sleep? I think not. I'm perfectly willing to offer you a fine discount for the inconvenience of our presence. How does that sound? Good? Yes?
Actually, maybe good. What are you selling exactly?
Anything, everything, but all of the finest quality. No cheap trinkets here. And my boy Sandal happens to be a bit of a hand with enchantments. Oh, yes.
Oh, really?
Sadly, it also makes us a target for bandits and the like. If there were spare hands to hire as guards, I would have done so long ago.
Have you been following us?
Following you? I'm not even certain where you're going, my friend. And quite frankly, it's none of my business. Trust me when I say that my encountering you here was serendipity and nothing more. I travel a lot, so I'm bound to meet everyone on the road eventually. If you prefer, I'll take my boy and be on my way. But regretfully, you're the safest spot on this road, without a doubt.
Well, you're free to stay, just mind yourselves. Or, well, actually, let me see your wares, but... yeah, if you have discounts for me, then you can stay here, if you can help.
I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected, and with your discount.
Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna take those. We have injury kits. Every time we rest in camp, we don't have to worry about injuries because they will be cured, if I remember correctly. Enchanted daggers. I'm tempted to just give Stan all. I have to level him up first. Okay. Your strength, Stan, is gonna be high, and your yeah, for the moment is okay. And then, well, you could have this skill and this. Yeah, why not? And you're gonna be a two-handed warrior, so... There we go. Let's see. Oh, what's wrong with you, Stan? What's wrong with you? Yeah, I'm gonna equip him with his custom armor just because I don't want to fiddle with the changing armors. I will do that with Alistair. Yeah, it's a lot though for the beginning of the game, but maybe I could do this first. Oh god, Stan, poor you. Giving him all the heavy armory that I have. You can use that though. Looks nice also. Yeah, you use this. Just don't care. Or maybe this grey iron. Spirit charm. I'm gonna give you this. I don't have anything better right now. I could give him resistance to fire or ice, but I'd rather him have a little bit of willpower. I'm gonna increase his willpower anyway. How do you feel, Stan? Just fine? How about you, Alistair? Let's see about your mail. 510. Yeah, let's try this one. Yeah, I don't really have the bestest equipment just about now, but it's fine because it's the beginning of the game, so nah, you're okay. Maybe this is a little bit better. Huh. Indeed. And you, Sandal?
Hello.
The boy's a bit simple, but he's rather good with enchantments. One of those tranquil fellas actually called him a... what was it now? A savant. I had no idea such a thing existed.
They exist very rarely. What enchantments does he do?
He can fold lyrium into almost any weapon or piece of armor, though naturally some of the more extravagant materials will take more lyrium than others. It's a process that some of the master smiths back in Orzammar will perform, but my boy here is just as adept at it. Isn't that right, boy?
Enchantment!
And there you have it.
Yeah, your son is special. Well, good. Mira is accepting these people because they seem useful. Oh. Morrigan has holed herself here. I can understand her. Let's talk with her for a bit.
What do you wish of me?
Well...
If you must.
Let's talk about you. Is Flemeth really what she seems to be?
Well, that depends, does it not? What does she seem to be?
Well... a powerful Malefica.
You mean, is she truly the Flemeth of legend and story? Tell me, how much do you know of the tale? The one that the chastened still tell of my mother, to frighten them into obedience.
Well, I would be more interested in the truth. I've heard the stories, but...
I can relay what Flemeth once told me herself, and you can decide whether or not 'tis the truth, if you desire.
Okay.
As the tale is sung by the bards, there was a time when Flemeth was young and beautiful, a fair lass in a land of barbarian men, the desire of any who saw her.
Just how long ago is this?
Many centuries, before this land was even named Farelden. The tales say that Flemeth fell in love with Osen the bard, and fled the castle of her husband, the dread Lord Conabar, and that he swore vengeance for her infidelity. In truth, my mother claims that 'twas Osen who was her husband, and Conabar the jealous lord who looked on from afar. Lord Conabar approached young Osen and offered him wealth and power in exchange for his lovely wife, and Osen agreed.
Flemeth must have been very hungry.
The life of a bard is a poor one, and love fades in the wake of hunger. 'Twas Flemeth who suggested the arrangement.
Oh.
All would have been well had Lord Conabar kept his end of the bargain. But he was a foul man who bargained with coin he did not possess. Osen was led off to a field and slain, left for dead. Flemeth spoke to the spirits and learned of the deed, and swore revenge.
Yeah, but wasn't she now married to a wealthier man?
That was not the point. Conabar had no honor, so she would not have him. Flemeth begged the spirits to aid her, and 'twas they who slew Conabar. The demon the legend tells of came later. Lord Conabar's allies chased Flemeth, you see, chased her to the wilds, and there she hid. There she found the demon, and he made her strong. The legends all speak of the great hero Cormac, he who defeated Flemeth and her great army when she invaded the lowlands centuries later. All lies.
Which, she never invaded, or he never defeated her?
The truth of the matter is that there was never an invasion. As Flemeth tells it, the Chastened never raised an army under her banner, and she never fought with any warrior named Cormac. Cormac led a brutal civil war against his own people, and later claimed it was to vanquish evil that had taken root amongst the lords. Thus, he was hailed a hero. Flemeth was only attached to the legend much later. Perhaps 'twas due to the great war with the Chastened that eventually came, but Mother claims not to know how it began.
How is it that Flemeth has survived for so long?
The demon within her has transformed her into something else. An abomination, perhaps some would say. I know not. I only know my mother is clever, and she is part of the wilds as it is part of her. But she is no immortal. She bleeds. A blade in her heart would kill her like any other, were it lucky enough to find her.
Do you believe her version?
I do not believe everything that Flemeth claims. Oft it seems her bitterness has colored her memories. But on the whole, yes, I believe this tale, if not all.
The legend tells of Flemeth having many daughters.
You ask if I have sisters. I have asked of this myself. The stories tell of many witches of the wilds after all, not just the one. And these tales existed long before I did. Flemeth refuses to speak of other daughters, if they existed. So, should I believe I am her first? I doubt that too.
That's a bit weird. Why would she refuse to speak of them?
The Chastened tell of a falling out between Flemeth and her daughters. They say that one day she hunted them all through the wilds and ate their hearts. It may be true. I have never seen another witch or heard of one. Perhaps one day Flemeth will eat my heart as well.
Aren't abominations usually insane horrors?
How often is this usually? Always? If not always, then when is it not true? There are more things in this world and the next than you or I could ever hope to understand. What Flemeth became is a mystery. I suspect even to her.
Well, thank you.
Flemeth tells it with far more embellishment than I, but you are welcome. Dare I ask of your own mother? Few are abominations of legend, 'tis true, but I find myself curious nevertheless.
Well, I don't even know who she was, really, or remember her. I suppose she didn't, my parents didn't really want me because I'm a mage, but... well, there is nothing really to say about her, I suppose.
I see. I find myself a little envious, to tell the truth.
Really?
But it matters not. Let us move on.
She never really wanted me, I suppose, but I don't really know the truth. Mira doesn't really know the truth. So let's speak with Stan, shall we?
Why are we stopping?
Oh, we're not stopping, we're just resting. Well, I think we should talk for a moment.
There are darkspawn to be fought. Is this delay needful?
Yes, to rest. What's your hurry?
What a strange language you speak. You say hurry, where I would say duty.
Yeah. It's not your duty to handle the blight, though.
No, it is yours, and you are chatting with me instead.
Yes. You said you were in the army.
I am.
So... well... have you ever fought in a war?
I have always fought in war, elf.
Yes. So, you know your way around the battlefield, then?
Some of them. They aren't all alike.
Yeah, I agree. Tell me a bit about your people.
No.
No, why not?
People are not simple. They cannot be summarized for easy reference in the manner of, the elves are a lithe, pointy-eared people who excel at poverty.
Well, they kinda are, though, at least outside the tower. But... you're a little bit hostile.
Many humans have said that to me. I do not understand it. If I were indeed hostile, you would be bleeding.
Oh, so you're just very direct. Alright. By the way, any consequences about you being caged for weeks?
You are concerned. No need. I am fit enough to fight.
Well then, I'm good with
you
that.
wish.
And now let's talk about... let's talk with who? Leliana, I suppose.
Yes?
Well...
Well, here I am.
Talk to me about this vision of yours.
I knew this would come up sooner or later. I don't know how to explain, but I had a dream. In it, there was an impenetrable darkness. It was so dense, so real. And there was a noise, a terrible, ungodly noise. I stood on a peak and watched as the darkness consumed everything. And when the storm swallowed the last of the sun's light, I fell, and the darkness drew me in.
And what about then?
When I woke, I went to the Chantry's gardens, as I always do. But that day, the rose bush in the corner had flowered. Everyone knew that bush was dead. It was grey and twisted and gnarled, the ugliest thing you ever saw. But there it was, a single beautiful rose. It was as though the Maker stretched out his hand to say, even in the midst of this darkness, there is hope and beauty. Have faith.
Yeah, for Mira this is a very long stretch. But she's familiar with Chantry people and they seldom say these kind of things. So she's not at odds with Leliana at all. And this made you want to help me?
In my dream, I fell. Or maybe I jumped. I'd do anything to stop the blight. I know that we can do it. There are so many good things in the Maker's world. How can I sit by while the blight devours everything?
Well, the Chantry says that the Maker has left us.
He's still here. I hear him in the wind and the waves. I feel him in the sunlight that warms my skin. I know what the Chantry says about the Maker, and what should I believe? What I feel in my heart, or what others tell me?
So she believes in her own way. Mira too, kind of. You know, Mira doesn't really care, so believe what it feels right to you, Leliana.
Thank you. It's nice to find someone who agrees. I know what I know, and no one will ever make that untrue.
Alright. Let's talk with Alistair, he probably hates us deeply.
What do you need now?
Well...
If you really have to, go ahead.
So how did you become a Grey Warden, really?
Same way you did. You drink some blood, you choke on it, and pass out. You haven't forgotten already, have you?
No, I haven't forgotten. I mean before that.
Let's see, I was in the Chantry before. I trained for many years to become a Templar, in fact. That's where I learned most of my skills.
What skills might those be?
Well, it wasn't an easy life, you know. I don't know whether or not you've noticed, but I'm not exactly the Chantry type. The Grand Cleric didn't want to let me go. Duncan was forced to conscript me, actually, and was she ever furious when he did. I thought she was going to have us both arrested. I was lucky.
Yeah, you already said that, I think. Well, why did you think the Grand Cleric wanted to keep you?
I wondered that myself. It's not as if she valued me highly. I think she just didn't want to give anything to the Grey Wardens, is all. The Chantry didn't lose much. And I think I can do more fighting the Blight anyhow, rather than sitting in a temple somewhere. I'll always be thankful to Duncan for recruiting me. If it hadn't been for him, you know, I wouldn't have...
What? Don't start crying again, please.
Yes, you're right. I should be angry for what happened to him, not sad. I shouldn't forget what Loghain did. Come on, let's go. I think I'm done talking.
Oh God, you're such a child. Oh. And you? What are you about? So these guys come to see us.
You're a hard woman to find. Where are my manners? The name is Levi Dryden. Did Duncan ever mention me? Levy of the coins? Levy the trader?
Not at all.
Really? He never told you of old Levy? We've known each other for years.
Yeah.
But here I am carrying on while you have a blight to stop. Don't want to waste your time. But you see, Duncan promised that together we'd look into something important for the Wardens. And for me. But poor Duncan's... well, no more. A tragedy it is, at that. But I know he would want his work carried on. His pledge fulfilled.
What promise did Duncan make to you? Oh God, now. We also have to deal with this.
My family, well, past a bit checkered, to see. Nobles look at us with disdain. My great-great-grandmother, Sophia Dryden, was the last Warden commander of Farelden back when the Wardens were known as freeloaders. So King Arlen banished the Wardens, and he took House Dryden's land and titles.
Kinda deserved it. Just tell me what I need to know, please.
Duncan wanted to reclaim the old Grey Warden base, Soldier's Peak, and perhaps we'll uncover evidence to restore my family's honour along the way. Nobody's been to Soldier's Peak since the Grey Wardens were banished, but I found a way. They say it's haunted, and it's certainly dangerous. Will you help me?
How will reclaiming the peak help the Wardens, really?
Soldier's Peak is strategic and symbolic importance. Duncan said that it would be worth it right there. He also hoped to recover lost Warden history and perhaps a few old relics. No one knows what's up there now.
As long as I can take what I want. I'll have to think about this. We'll see. Warden freeloaders and Mira, as long as I can take whatever I want. Of course. So, now, let's save before we get ambushed or something. Let's move on.
Going.
We are going to Radcliffe, and I'm choosing Stan.
Yes.
Alistair,
Yes.
because he knows Radcliffe and Earl Eamon and Morrigan at the
Indeed.
moment. Actually, I shouldn't take Morrigan. Because you don't necessarily need a rogue, because I have lock bashing mod, so let's try with this party. Circle Tower, Radcliffe, Lothering, Flemet's Hut, Lake Calenad, Van Loren. Okay, let's get into Radcliffe. Are we being interrupted? Oh wow.